So welcome back to daily videos for March, football videos, daily football stuff, whatever you want to call it. Now a few days ago I brought you lot basically a nation change video for the Premier League. You guys seem to really love it. Now if I'm not mistaken it got something like 3,000 likes, which is absolutely insane. Now we are on basically 14,000 likes for March as well so far, which is decent. This is the amount of total video likes I've had on all my videos in March. Every 1,000 video likes on a video I put £5 of my own money into a giveaway pot for you guys at the end of the month. So I'm going to ask you guys, can we get this video to 3,000 likes? That'll take the overall to 17,000 for the month, which is we're getting there. Big numbers, we're getting there. 3,000 this video, let's do it. So yeah, we're gonna have a look at La Liga today, okay, the players that could potentially change nations, okay, and play for a different nationality, but they haven't, or maybe they could still. We'll have to wait and see and discuss that case, discuss the issue. Now the first player, I'm gonna mention one of the best players in the world, if not the best player in the world. That's, you know, a lot of people do argue that, a lot of people do say it, but we've got, okay, Messi, Lionel Messi. This guy could potentially have played for Spain. Now of course things would have been very different for him. You know, he would have won a World Cup. You know, things would have been very different if he actually managed to make that switch from Argentina to Spain. Now I'm reading an article from 2005, okay, where it says here Messi was granted Spanish citizenship. So he's got dual citizenship, obviously Argentinian and Spanish as well. So yeah, that is why. This is 18-year-old Lionel Messi. Let's read this article, okay, and let's see what's going on here. Argentina striker Lionel Messi has been granted Spanish citizenship and is now free to play for Barcelona in the Premier Liga. That's what it was called back then, I guess. The 18-year-old had been restricted to appearances in the Champions League this season after doubts were raised over the status of, what's that say? What does that say? I don't know, but over the status or something about him in Spain. Now basically it was assumed that because he'd joined the club since he was 13 years of age, he would automatically be deemed allowed to play. Well, basically he was deemed as an EU player. So that's right, he doesn't have any like Spanish background, doesn't have any Spanish, you know, ancestry as far as we know about, but because he's been living in Spain for such a long time, that is how you can get a Spanish citizenship. Now the thing is here, obviously, if he decided not to make a full competitive debut for Argentina, and he decided, you know, I've been living in Spain for so many years now, I want to try and play for Spain, then that could have actually happened, you know, but he chose to obviously go to Argentina, play for Argentina, represent the country of his birth. So that's pretty crazy. Let's have a look anyway. Where did he actually first decide to represent Argentina? It was actually the under-20s, okay, that is when he made his first appearance for the national team. Now even though he went on to play for under-23s as well, and obviously made so many appearances for the first team, if he decided not to make a full competitive debut for Argentina, he still could have switched, because, you know, if you haven't, you know, well, you guys know it by now, I've done enough nation change videos, and yeah, Lionel Messi being the first player, pretty crazy. Next up, we've got a player now who was once the most expensive player in the world, but no longer is because times have moved on a little bit. Gareth Bale could have played for England potentially, so yeah, this is a very strange situation because we're talking about, you know, two different British teams, if you like, but a guy playing in Spain. Very strange situation, but he could have played for England. He decided to play for Wales instead. Now, it says here in this article, Wales Online, Real Madrid's Gareth Bale, I rejected England to play for Wales and don't want Manchester United move. Well, that's a separate transfer issue sort of video, that, but yeah, we're talking about mainly the England bit. So even though he was born and bred, okay, in Wales, Bale could have actually played for Roy Hodgson's men through an English grandmother and had a direct choice between them and Wales. So that's right, because he's got English ancestry, you know, that is why he would be allowed or be qualified to play for England if you like. He actually could have had the choice. He had the choice, mate, Wales or England. He picked Wales. So Bale actually did an interview on this, okay, where he actually discussed this matter and he actually revealed a few things which I'm going to actually tell you guys now. So Bale went on to say, I had the choice. My grandmother is from England, so I had the choice, but I'm from Wales and I'm proud to be so. I'm proud to play for Wales and I give 100% when I put the shirt on. So yeah, very simple as that. You know, I don't need to explain to you guys and really do a lot of research for this player because he come out and discussed it himself and actually said in an interview how he could have played for England. He said it was strictly through his grandmother. He had the choice, but he's proud to play and represent Wales, which is fair enough. So yeah, he went on to play for obviously the Welsh under-17s, under-19s, under-21s, and of course 68 appearances for the main team now. So it's pretty crazy, guys. Being English myself, you know, imagine if Gareth Bale played for us, things would probably be very, very differently. Be very different, full stop. You know, we'd be a much better team, to be honest, having someone of that caliber in our squad. But it wasn't meant to be. Playing for Wales, which is fine. You know, I completely understand why he's done that. He was born and bred in Wales. He wants to represent the country. You know, it makes sense. It does make sense. That is the second player anyway. Next up, we've got a player now plays for Real Madrid once again. So we've gone from Real Madrid to, no, Barcelona to Real Madrid. Now actually we're going to stay at Real Madrid. Okay, I got the order a little bit mixed up there. So the first player we're going to have a look at, well, it's not first player, is it? It's the bloody third. Karim Benzema could have played for Algeria if things in France didn't work out for him. So that's right, he was born in France. You know what? Yeah, he was raised in France. He played for the French under 17, under 18, 19, under 21, and obviously 81 appearances for the main team as well. So let's just say, you know, he's done a lot internationally for France. Now this guy is of Algerian descent, okay, so that is why he obviously would apply to, well, he would qualify to play for Algeria. So I think his father's side of the family are all Algerian, so that is obviously how he can apply, or how he could qualify to play for them. Now what's interesting, guys, I'm actually reading an article from a couple of years ago. This is actually in 2016 now. Now Benzema, this is the title of the article that I'm reading, okay, so it's very strange. Let's have a little read of this. Let's go with this. Benzema told to go and play for Algeria as French race route escalates. Let's have a little investigate into this then. A prominent far-right politician has suggested that Karim Benzema should go and play for Algeria national team as the race route surrounding the Real striker and his part in the French national team continues to escalate. So we know the situation. Obviously, he's like no longer playing for France anymore. He's fallen out with the national team. He's fallen out with the manager over, you know, I don't know, this like sex tape blackmail thing or something like that, I think it is. So obviously the French are not very happy with him, or not very happy about it, and they've told him to go play for Algeria. Well, they know it was well too late for that. He's made well too many appearances for France. You can't change at this point now. So yeah, of course, Benzema, you know what, if he decided I'm never going to play for France, I'm never going to get into their team, then he could obviously have decided to go play for Algeria, which he obviously didn't do, but he could have done. And now the French, you know, the French are sort of like, you know, hitting back on him and saying they wanted him to, but they don't mean that. They don't mean that. Benzema's a good player, and he has played a lot of games for France. Something like, oh, how many games he played for France? I just had it up a minute ago. There you go, 81 games, 27 goals. So yeah, I mean, he's done alright by France, really. He's done alright. He's played a lot of games for you lot. Now the fourth player is not actually a Real Madrid or Barcelona. It's actually Atletico Madrid now, one of their bigger, better players or whatever, if you like. Filipe Luís, well, he could have actually played for Poland. So this is just very surprising, mate. This is what a little bit of research can do, and that's what these videos can bring to you lot. A bit of information. Probably worthless, but yeah. So if you go on Wikipedia, it has a section, okay, it said Brazilian people of Polish descent. Filipe Luís' name is actually on there, so yeah, he's got Polish descent. That's how he could have qualified and played for them. So I believe this guy had a few options, okay, of different nationalities he could have actually, you know, picked, but obviously he went to play for Brazil. That is the team, or that is the place he was born. So basically, okay, all four of Filipe Luís' grandparents were European immigrants, okay, so all four of them, so both his nans, if you like, both his granddads, whatever you want to call it, okay, they were all from Europe. All of them, all from different countries as well. So his grandfather was from Poland. That's obviously how he could play for, obviously, Poland if he wanted to. And he also had Italian ancestry, so he could have played for Italy as well. So he had quite a few different choices. So yeah, he had obviously Brazil, the place he was born. That's how obviously he's allowed to play for them. Then he had Poland, obviously where his granddad was from. And then he obviously had Italy as well, where his other grandparents were from. So yeah, the choices were really there for him. And he had a big fat decision to make, to be fair. He went on to play for Brazil. He's actually played 31 times for Brazil. He also played for under 20 team as well, 16 times. So he decided probably from an early age that he was more interested in Brazil than anyone else. Now he has won the Confederations Cup, and he actually came third in the under 20 World Cup for Brazil back in the day in the youth section. So he's won a Confederations Cup. It's not too bad. Would he have won anything at Poland or Italy? I don't know. I mean, when Italy won the World Cup, I don't think he would have gotten the squad back then if he, you know, that was quite a long time ago now. But yeah, this guy, you know, he's obviously won quite a lot. He's won the Premier League with Chelsea. He's won the league. I think, is he won the league with Atletico? I think so. I'm not too sure. No, I'm not sure he has actually. But anyway, he has, you know, achieved quite a bit in football. So fair play to him. He had a big choice in his hand. He picked Brazil. Now I'm going to actually focus on one of the biggest prospects in the league next in the Liga. Actually plays for Barcelona. They signed him for like 100 million last year. He's been injured. So Ousmane Dembélé. This guy could have played for Mali. He actually had quite a few different choices he could have played for. Now he was born and raised in France. Of course, he made a decision very early. He was going to play for France. Under 17s all the way through to the main team. So yeah, under 18, 19, 21s as well. Now he's only played 7 times for the main team, of course. So he's still very, very young. 20 years of age. So 7 appearances by 20 is not too bad. And he's been injured for a year as well. Now his mother basically is basically of Mauritian and Senegalese descent. So there's 2 nationalities there he could have picked. Whilst his father is actually from Mali. So yeah, there is 3 other nations he could have picked. He had 4 different choices there. Yeah, well, obviously he had France, he had Mauritius, he had Senegal, and then obviously Mali. So I could have done any different card there on the right, as you guys can see, but I decided to pick Mali. Don't really know why. So yeah, things could have been very different for him if he was, you know, not as talented, if you like. If France didn't want him as bad, he could have obviously decided to play for one of the other different nations. But this is a guy who's massively talented, got a massive future ahead of him. He could have picked a different nation. He hasn't. France have got him, and I think they've done a good job there. So for the last player of the episode, I'm actually going to stay with Barcelona and focus on a player they have got at the minute, Samuel Umtiti. Umtiti, I think that's the best way to pronounce it. Obviously, he plays for France, as you guys know, played a lot of times for them. He made the decision from very young, okay, that he was going to play from them from under 17s all the way to the main team, under 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and the main team, 14 appearances for them. But as you guys can see on the screen, that is a Cameroon flag. So yes, he was actually born in Cameroon. So very simple. He could have played for Cameroon. He was born there, but it's so simple. So he's actually born, okay, and only spent 2 years, I believe, in Cameroon before they actually moved to France. I'm going to just double check this quickly. So it doesn't actually say a lot about his life really and what sort of happened in his early days. Did they all move from Cameroon to France? Don't really say how, to be honest. But anyway, I'm guessing he had French ancestry or he grew up in France, and that's how he's allowed to represent France today. But anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please drop a like and a thumbs up down below. Let's get a 3,000 likes for another nation change video. I'm out. See you tomorrow for another video. Peace.